Hello everyone. So in this video, we'll be learning about how to protect our workbook and worksheets from the influence of outsiders. So we all must have come across situations where we want to ensure that the integrity of our data remains intact, even when it is sent to a third party. So Excel allows us to ensure that the workbook and the contents within it remain secured, and only the with the permission to do so or with the password to do so can access or change the data. So now let's first learn how to protect a particular sheet in the workbook. So to do this, there are various options. The first option is you can go to the format option over here in the home tab, then go to the protect sheet option and give a password to protect your sheet. So let's keep a simple password, say 12345, and only the users with this password will be able to unprotect the sheet and work on the sheet. Now, even though if your user does not have the password, you can allow certain changes that the user can make. For example, right now, the auto option which is already selected is select lock cells and select unlock cells. Say I give an additional permission of formatting the cells. So now users who do not have the password also will be able to format the cells in this Excel workbook, and then simply select OK. Now we need to re-enter our password. So 12345, and as you can see, a caution reads out over here saying that if we lose the password or forget the password, then the data cannot be recovered. So you need to ensure that you maintain your password in a separate logbook, and then select OK. Now if you notice, the name of the sheet has a lock next to it, indicating that the sheet has been protected. So now if I try to change any data on this sheet, say I try to write hi, as you can see, the Excel pop-up has shown saying that we cannot change anything on this sheet. Now, however, if I want to unprotect this sheet, I can simply go back to this option of format and go to the unprotect sheet option, give the desired password and select OK. And as you can see, the lock has vanished, and so now I can change anything in this data, in this worksheet, I'm sorry. So say I change it to 10, or I change Canada to Australia. So this is how you can protect one single sheet in your workbook. The second method to protect your worksheet is go to the review tab and then select the protect sheet option. It will give you the similar options that we had seen earlier. So I'll again give that same password 12345 and then select OK. We need to re-enter the password, and our sheet is again protected. As we had seen earlier, I was not able to change any data in this worksheet, but yes, I can go and format these cells. So if I want to highlight the cells, I can do that. If I want to change the font or the size of the font, I can do anything related to formatting of the cells, but I cannot change the value in that cell. Now let's see the other options of protecting our worksheet. So I'm unprotecting my sheet again. Now, even though we protect our sheet, sometimes we want to allow the users to edit certain range of data in the workbook. For example, I can allow my user to change the unit price of the workbook, but not the other data. So to do this, I can allow certain ranges which the user can edit. So now I'll select the allow edit range option, and then I'll give a range which can be unlocked by a password even when the sheet is protected. So I'll select new to give a new range. Say I give the range name as price, and I need to refer to the cells. On the contrary, you can select one particular cell also. That is, the user will be able to change only that particular cell in the entire workbook. And then you need to specify a range password. So this time, say I give it 123 and I select on OK. I'll re-enter the password, and my range has been successfully created. Now I'll simply select on this range and I'll select the option of apply, and then I'll go for the option of protect sheet. I'll again give the options if I want to add an option that I want to give to my user or not, or I can simply uncheck on the options also. And I'll give a password again, which is 12345, and I'll select on OK. You can also change your password at this point if you want, but again, you need to remember your password very nicely. And now my workbook is again protected. If you see, since I had unselected the option of changing even the format of the cell this time, I will not be able to change the format or anything in this cell. However, if I want to change the unit price, I will be able to. So I go to the unit price column and say I want to type 9. As you can see, the Excel is asking me for the password to change this cell. I had set the password as 123. So I'm entering that and I select OK. And now if I try to give any input, it is taking my input. On the contrary, if I want to change anything in the cost cell, I will not be able to do so. However, one more pertinent thing that we need to look into over here is that I will not be able to change the format of the unit price column, even though I've allowed my users to change the value in this column. So this is how we protect our worksheet and even allow our users to change a certain portion of the worksheet. Now let's learn how to protect our workbook. To protect the workbook, we can simply go to the review tab, and over here we have the protect workbook option. However, this ensures that only structural changes to the workbook does not change. That is, we will not be able to delete a sheet or add a new sheet or move a sheet out from this workbook. So this is only for the structure portion of the workbook. So say I give a password as 123456 and I select OK. Now let's try to delete the sheet. As you can see, I cannot move or copy the sheet or even rename the sheet since my workbook is protected. Since my workbook is protected, I can again go back to the review tab and unprotect my workbook by giving the correct password. And then if I go back to the home tab and to the format option, I can again rename, move or copy the sheet. Now the second method to do all of these functionalities is to go to the file option over here, then go to the info option, and over here, since right now the protect worksheet option is activated in the workbook in sheet number 1, it is showing over here, which I can unprotect from here also. Now to add other options, go to this drop down option over here, and over here again you see that we have the option to protect the workbook structure. That is, we will not be able to add, move, copy or rename the sheet. Now another option over here is to always open this workbook in the read only option. That is, the Excel will ask the user whether they want to edit the workbook, and if they want to edit the workbook, then they will have to save this copy as a new workbook. That is, their changes will not override the changes of this main workbook. As you can see, the new options are coming up over here on their own. Now let's say I want to encrypt my workbook with a password, so I can go for the second option where I'll be able to encrypt the workbook with a password. Now again, you can give any password of your choice. So say this time I give the password as Trident and I select OK. I'll re-enter my password. And now my workbook has been protected with a password. It also has a password for the worksheet, and also whenever anyone opens, they have to save a separate copy of this workbook, which ensures that the data over here in this workbook remains intact. So let's try whether it's working or not. So I'm closing this workbook. So we go back to the pivot workbook. So as you can see, as soon as this Excel has opened, the first thing that it's asking me is for the password to open the workbook. The password I had set was Trident. So I'm entering that password and I'm selecting OK. Now the author has given only read-only permissions, and if you want to make any changes, then you'll have to save it as a new workbook. So as you can see, I have successfully entered my Pivot Excel workbook. Now let's say I want to make some changes in this sheet. So I change it to 60, 60, and so I'll just autofill this option over here. And now I want to save this workbook. I am using the shortcut of Control S, but as you can see, an error is coming and it's saying that since this is a read only file, I need to save the changes in a new workbook with a new name or in a different location. So I'll select the OK option and I'll select a new place, copy of pivot, save. And now as you can see, new Excel workbook has been created. We hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more such new videos. Thank you.